Well, heck, since I'm already dressed and ready to go, let's just go right into episode 3 of the Beef Pie Beef Up Makeover Challenge. We're going to set the timer to 10 minutes again, and we're going to pick up where we left off on our workout. Alright, I noticed in the last video that I'm not doing a very good job of keeping my gut sucked in. That's for sure. And I've come to the conclusion that, okay, I'm kind of overweight and fat, and we need to deal with that. But alright, so we're just going to keep working out. That's the only way that you're going to be able to change that, transform that. We'll talk about diet later, but we're going to work out now. Alright? In the last episode, I showed you how a regular bicep curl really hits the center and the upper part of a bicep muscle. But by reversing them, and I believe these are called Zotman curls, if you bring them up vertically like that, that tends to hit the lower part of the bicep muscle. And if you're ever going to get a boyfriend and get a guy to like date you and rub his hands all over you and go, you big hairy chunk of hairy big muscle stud you, you're going to have to do these and a lot of other things in order to really get in shape and build that up. So here we go. Keeping my gut sucked in. I'm doing these slowly and trying not to completely release the tension on the way down. Come back up slowly. Release. We're going to do 6 more of these. 1. God, it's hard keeping your gut sucked in all the time. I don't know, I could wear one of those elastic belts, but I think that would kind of like be cheating. 3, 4. Come on, you can do it. My muscles are starting to hurt right about now. That means it's working. It turns out, do 1 more. Let that go. It turns out that different people have very different muscle responses. Some guys can do 30 reps. Some guys can only do 6, and it depends on the types and kinds of muscle fibers you have in your body chemistry, whether you're kind of a high rep person or a very low rep person, whether you can tolerate really high weights or you can't handle that much weight at all. In a way, it doesn't really matter. Once you know what your type is like and how your muscles respond, it turns out that I don't need to use really big giant ass weights. I could probably only do 3 reps, which wouldn't be enough to truly kind of get the muscle doing its thing. So sort of knowing how your particular muscle, your long and your short, and your fast and your slow muscle fibers respond and react pretty much determine what the weight and the amount of repetitions for you are really good at. You know, I could have like 400-pound dumbbells here, but I would just rip my arm out and be laying on the floor and we'd have to call an ambulance and we'd have to cut this episode short. And we don't want to do that, so let's keep going. Here's 3. Keep that gut sucked in. 4. Keep that gut sucked in. Doesn't matter what exercise you're doing, you should always be conscious about trying to maintain equal tension on your inner core. Not let your gut come out. Okay, I'm feeling the burn. Okay, I'm gonna push this 1 more time. And release. Okay. Oh. Alright. Catch our breath. Rest a little bit here. I don't know if you can tell. Maybe later on I'll show you how badly I'm sweating because I know there's guys that are into that too. Oh. Okay. I want to talk about my boobs a little bit here. I've actually gotten compliments. I kind of have nice boobs. They're kind of like, you know, when you hit 50, you start to get these kind of sort of daddy tits and stuff like that. I've been a swimmer all my life. I really love to swim. So when I'm not at a gym doing weight training, swimming is a real important part. It helps stretch out and relax my entire body. It's really an absolute great low impact exercise. It stimulates me from head to toe. And it's the absolute favorite thing I like to do so that when I go to the gym and get miserable working out weights, it sort of balances that out. Okay, let's see. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to try to work my sort of rear deltoid here, and I'm going to do these sort of lifts here like this, dumbbell lifts. And then it's important to keep your forearm bent. You don't want to keep your arms straight and do that because you'll screw up the ligaments and stuff in your shoulder. So always keep a slight bend here. We'll keep that gut tucked in. This is also very good for my upper and outer pectoral. So if you are going to have daddy tits, you really want to have some shape and definition right up in that area. Okay. Slowly down to bring it up, keeping that slight angle to my arm. Okay. You know. Okay, I'm starting to get the shakes pretty bad when I get it up here. I can feel it. Which means, okay, I'm going to try to do 2 more here. Okay. 1 more to show you just how tough I really am. Here we go. Okay, and release. And we're going to switch sides. Bend the elbow slightly. Tuck in that gut. Do that. So one of the reasons why I have fairly good boobs for being a guy is because I have swam all my life. And it's important, as they want and tend to naturally sag, to do exercises like this to try to keep them developed and not let them totally waste away until they sag down to my knees and I look like some old lady in an issue of National Geographic or something. Okay, we're going to do 2 more. We'll hold it. Slowly lower it. And down. Okay. Oh man. Okay, for you sweat freaks there, can we see this? Can we see how this is getting here? All right. You know, I could have you lick this off me. We don't have to use a towel. I can have you lick it off me. I don't know what it is about you guys. Why you so like looking at pictures and videos of like guys without hardly any clothes on, or guys like that have muscles, or guys showing off their muscles, or guys trying to get muscles. It seems like it's just kind of an obsession with you or something. So I thought, well, what the hell? I'll indulge you. I have no problem with that. I like doing stuff on YouTube. All right. The next thing we're going to do here, and I'm just going to use a single dumbbell for this. So I'm going to do tricep extensions and try to work the back here. And we do that by going up over our head. And wait, that doesn't look good. I'll turn sideways slightly. I'm going to try to keep my elbows close to my head. Really let those stretch so I get my elbows pointing directly skyward. And then we're going to bring that up. I'm not locking out my... Well, thank God the timer went off. And we're running out of time here before I actually had to do some of those, because those really hurt the back of your arm. Something awful, you know. Anyway, okay, that's the end of this. Episode 3 of BeefPie Bear's Beef Up Makeover Challenge. We'll come back in a few days with episode number 4. And in the meantime, I'd like you to visit my website, beefpiebear.com, and check out what's happening there. For the love of God, go buy some exercise equipment. Go buy some really hot-looking exercise gear and stuff like that. Because we got to earn me enough money to help me get back to California in the fall so I can kick some beef pie ass. Until then, we'll see you next time. This is BeefPie Bear signing off.